Hey, Twitch. Devin Fraze here. Today we are going to be interviewing Kevin Yang and Alexander Chi, the new North American One Down professionals. Hopefully, you guys checked out the streams live as the showdown happened. For those of you that are tuning in and don't know what's going on, we had NAGF, was kind of a collaboration between the AGA and the CGA, and inviting in potentially Mexico, and we wanted to have a kind of central authority for strong North American players to be able to get invites from China and Japan and Korea, and also to compete with Europe and stuff like that. So, we have these two guys. These are stars of the show. They competed in some incredibly hard field, we're. Oh, I see. They don't know I'm live. There we go. I've added myself back to the room, and so that's what's kind of going on. So. Welcome everybody to interview with the pros, the new pros. Let's see here. Anyone in chat? If you're in chat, say hi. Say hi and welcome. And let me know too that I'm actually live, because it'd be silly if I wasn't. Actually, I'll do this. I'll check it very quickly on my phone, make sure it's working. Oh yeah, we are. Awesome. Looks like Go Dave is also live, hanging out with some people doing Go problems and playing games. Awesome. Hey, Lensman, thank you. Telling us we're live. I appreciate the help, the hookup. All right. Well, I won't waste too much time painting the picture. Again, just to give a quick note, these guys here, Kevin is from California. Alex, I believe, lives in New York City. Two of our nation's strongest players. I say nation. Right now these guys are both from the U.S., but of course NAGF has some Canadian pros as well, and Stream Elements dropping some stuff in the chat too. Last time we covered the events on Badu Club stream, and that went great. But this time we get to do it through the official e-journal. So anyway, Kevin, Alex, thank you so much for joining me today. I was thinking we could start out with Kevin's game, if that sounds good. And then we'll review that. I think you said you wanted to go over a game with you and Alex. Is that right, Kevin? Perfect. Okay, let's do it then. First up, so this game, from which round is this game? Set the mood for me. Where are we at? How'd this come about? Right, totally. Oh, can't hear Kevin, says Linsman. Let me see if we can fix that. Same, okay. Why can't we hear Kevin? Yeah, we can hear you. Right, exactly. So it's okay. All right, I think I know what's going on. 1 second, chat. I'm going to add Kevin's mic back in. It'll take, take a moment, but we'll get you back in. Thanks for letting me know. So, one of my things is you guys are getting better at Go. I'm trying to get better at broadcasting. So that's my new goal. And actually, since I'm resizing the screen, Kevin, can you move back a little bit? Yeah, there you go. And we'll reset the screen. Perfect. All right, and then Alex, we'll go live with Kevin's voice, and then while you're chatting, Kevin, we're gonna fix Alex's screen as well. All right, chat, go ahead and tell us if you can hear Kevin now.
Hello. Testing.
Yes, perfect. You guys rock. Hey, thank you so much. Okay, so all right, set the scene again for us since chat didn't actually hear that.
Okay. So so this is a best of 3 series, and I had won the first game, and Alex won the second game. So we were just like, this is like the tiebreak, or not tiebreaker, just like the match decider.
Right, and I remember this live. Kind of you'd been an absolute machine the rest of the tournament, winning all your games pretty much undefeated. and Alex here dethroning you in the second match, which made the most exciting possible third match that could happen. And uh, we had, I mean, basically, whoever wins this match becomes the first pro. Now, granted, both of you would still have a chance, right, if you lost. But cinching it here would have been a much better situation to be in, the stakes were pretty high here. Okay, so you said you're feeling a little bit nervous, and the game, is beginning. Do you remember the atmosphere? Like, what's actually happening physically at the location?
Um, it wasn't. I mean, the atmosphere wasn't like anything too insane. Like it was just the other game was happening like 2 tables down from us, and yeah, it was basically just
Right,
us.
right.
So
Yeah, another game was between Eric and Remy, right?
Rennie,
Yep.
that's
And so, at that time, we didn't know who was going to emerge victorious there, but they're going to go on to play the loser of this game. And so, while we know in the end, obviously, you guys came out victorious, being our new pros. At the time, I'm sure neither of you wanted to have to go face those guys. They're both incredibly strong too. And of course, that third game was super exciting. If people don't know, they should check it out. Remy lost to Eric's broken ladder, an incredible match. But yeah, your game also very fun and exciting. So yeah, let's go over it. All right, Kevin, walk us through the game, how to go.
okay. So this game, I decided to play as black because I had used black the second game, and I lost. And like people usually don't like playing black because you have to get Comey, right? 7.5 Comey.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people don't like that. But I decided to go black just to like, I don't know, kind of redeem myself in the second game.
Nice, that's great.
So
Yeah. You're feeling salty about that loss. You're kind of like, hey, got to show a little spirit. Great.
I
yeah,
thought
so
you prepared an opening. It's black.
yeah. Yeah, I also
Ah,
prepared an opening as black too because I knew that if I won the Nigiri, I would choose black, and if you won the Nigiri, like no one chooses black, so I would guarantee black. So any opening strategy I prepare would basically work.
I kind of personally, I like black. I mean, I know Comey's huge, but I like feeling like I can control the flow of the game initially. So anyway, yeah, let's see what you do. Let's see how you pull.
Okay, so no, pretty normal four corners. Usually I play here. Like literally, I think in all my previous games I just played here. Even online too, I play this one jump corner. But this
Mhm.
game I decided to first approach the corner in the lower left and then jump.
Cool. Yeah, anyone watching too, by the way, this is a very stylish move. This kind of approach and then jump, because I've been playing actually after watching you play. I've been playing all my games recently, and to great success. So I'm sure you'll break us down kind of what's happening here, but definitely worth trying out. Also, thanks to Fizz X and Jin and Alexi Design for following. Yeah, definitely. We provide cool stuff at the AGA e-journal stream. So glad you followed. You'll see some cool stuff. So yeah, go ahead, Kevin. Keep telling us more.
Okay, so pretty normal stuff so far. We have Alex approaching in the upper right corner, and I did a high approach on the left.
Mhm.
So at this point, I was kind of debating on what Joseki I should choose because we don't know this Joseki, right? We just do this and white play something on the top.
I was actually planning to extend on the right
Hmm.
instead of playing on the top.
Oh, so like this, or
Maybe
maybe
like 3 spaces. Yeah.
three spaces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I didn't whether he played like this or he played like the other way first. I didn't really like any of these because the top is kind of flat because of F17
Okay.
this stone. So I felt like any move on the top for black would be kind of like unproductive because like there's like no good influence method on the top because of F17.
Yeah, you mean white can't really get a big enough slice of
Yeah,
the pie at the top. So
yeah. There's really no point in black playing on the top. So and I just had to go with the cut because it's good for like outside influence and the ladder works for me. So why not?
ah,
And
okay.
like a big corner, but like just the whole way like the game or the board is like laid out, I feel like the cut is pretty good, pretty solid for black.
Yeah. Well, and watching this live too, I remember we had some AI analysis going, and I mean AI loved all these moves. So it's obviously you could have gone traditional kind of corner, but this cut wasn't like reckless. I mean, this is a perfectly great cut here, and you got to control the flow of the game after this, right? So a bit.
Yeah. So like next, and it's basically like a trade.
Hmm.
White gets the corner. It's a pretty big corner. It's like
Wow. Yeah, it's huge.
yeah.
Alex, did you feel nervous though? Because I feel like that right side is looking pretty juicy for black, right? Huh.
Yeah, I thought it was invadable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look kind of open. I mean, obviously the stones are thick there with the new Panuki kind of capture, and that stone at Q16. I don't know, Kevin. Did you feel like that was an efficient stone, or was the exchange good for you? Or
I mean, this is Joseki, and if you run this
okay,
Joseki AI, it should be like it should be similar on both sides, but I think it's slightly better for black in this situation.
that makes sense. Oh, we got more followers. Gosh. Okay, Bear 92D and Yomi Guy 41. A lot of names with numbers in them. Very cool. Hey, thanks for following, guys. Okay, yeah. Sorry to interrupt, Kevin. I was having some questions, thinking about this, looking at it from my perspective. Obviously, giant corner for white, but you are okay with that, yeah. And you're going to make some cash later from all the influence.
Yeah. So then, yeah. So this is K3 is pretty normal move from white. Um, yeah, I feel like these are all pretty.
Actually, real quick, a question for Alex. So K3 does feel normal. I feel like a lot of people might want to invade that bottom side. How did you pick K3 specifically? I mean, like, why not, L3 or K4? Like, tell me a little bit of your thought there.
With L3, I didn't like black making a two-space extension at
Mm-hmm.
J3. So if white plays L3, then black's group is basically settled,
Okay.
and I didn't like that.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, thank you, Kevin. Perfect. Yeah, and yeah, that's way too nice. Okay, so you got to do that. Well, then why not play closer maybe right?
Well, I thought black had the option of playing L3,
Okay.
and now you can see that black's potential is getting a lot bigger.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're trying to balance that kind of perfect spot where you're putting pressure on black stone, but you're not making it comfortable. Black can't just ditch the stone and grow the potential. Okay, perfect. Thanks for explaining. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like K3 is a pretty good choice.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I chose. I think I had like two options here. I could have one space extension, or I could have done this, which I chose in game. I don't think black would like playing here, just because like, it's a little bit small and
Hmm.
three space extensions aren't too great to like just in general. Just because like there's still like invasions. I thought it'd just be more productive to attach in the corner.
For sure. Well, and if you can get a good corner position, that naturally weakens that white stone, right?
Yeah.
And also you're weakening the left group a little bit, which maybe helps your top left with the black stones. Do something with that. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of questions. So, oh, we got a question from myself. Question. Wait, what? Devin Fraze says, "Did Kevin consider the co on the lower left?" I don't know how Devin's saying that. I think someone's on my computer elsewhere, but whatever. Did Kevin? Did you consider the co on the lower left?
Yeah, I actually did consider the code, but like this code is just. I mean, black does have the code threat of the upper right, but the thing is, like, I feel like I just felt like this code was pretty heavy on black's part and not as heavy on white's part because let's just say that. Oh,
Yeah, you couldn't take it back. Yeah.
let's say that white somehow or not white. Black just somehow got this code. Like white's not really that affected by it.
Mm, yeah.
Whereas if black was like I don't know. maybe black would play. I don't know. We're just like I'm just pretending right here.
Sure.
But, like,
Exactly.
if like black's kind of like really heavy because then there's no point of these stuns.
That's great. So Devin, just for you ignorant guy. No, I'm kidding. The co here is just not going to be good for black. Even if black can win it, there's no benefit, right? So
Yeah.
that's a good explanation, Kevin. Perfect. And so, which one did you choose in the game? How did you actually play it out?
In game, I chose connect.
Okay.
I think it's a Joseki, and it's pretty normal Joseki actually.
Mm-hmm.
I like when I first started this Joseki, I thought it was weird because like F3 stone, it looks really inefficient. But it's not that bad because it can like apply more pressure to this stone just because this group is stronger.
Makes sense. Javier in the chat. I don't think that was Devin. Sounds like more like a 6-tone. Yeah, it's probably some super strong guy. Which I mean, could have been me then. Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I like this position for black. Looking at it, I mean, white had to come back and eat 1 stone, and then black's kind of a little hat group there feels okay. It does have an empty triangle. It's Joseki, so I'll accept it. But and then black, yeah, gets to put some pressure on those 2 white stones, so this feels okay.
At this point in the game, I was kind of debating on whether or not I should just like directly play something like this and move out. Because in the game, like I ataried and Wyatt moved out,
Oh shoot, yeah.
and I felt like I had to spend 2 moves when I could have just spent one, and it's just like
Yeah, so your Tario is slack because he's not going to respond to that, right? And then you have to still get out. Spending a second move makes sense. Makes
So I
sense.
felt like it was kind of like unnecessary to atari here. Yeah, so White gets this move, which is
Okay.
like helping yourself and also reducing your opponent at the same time.
Alfora, hey, welcome. Yeah, they just they upgraded us. They said, "Go ahead, Badu Club. You take over the e-journal Twitch." No, I'm kidding. I work for the AGA too, so and definitely a lot of work going in there. It's only theft if it gets reported, says Trevoke. Hey, Trevoke, Alfora and Trevoke, great people in the chat. So thanks for joining us. Yeah, hey, and if Trevoke, Alfora, you guys have questions too, we got a chance here. We got an opportunity. Two super strong players. They're sharing kind of their favorite picks. So definitely say, don't be afraid to jump in about stuff. They say, hey, by the way, Kevin and Alex, they say, hey, I don't know if you see this. And also, if you want, if you can't see it, it's next to the private chat. That's where it is. But Kevin, I totally hear what you're saying there. This, the shape you showed earlier with black getting that nice box would have been ideal. But now, yeah, white's growing and reducing black. Black kind of lost the initiative there. So not super ideal. Although ideal for Alex. I mean, Alex, how did you feel good about the situation here?
Yeah, I felt pretty good, but
Yeah.
after the next 3 moves, I changed to.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see him.
So I decided just to attach here, just to like maintain some of the territory or influence here. And yeah, after Alex played M6, I felt like I needed to play L4 just to like make the game more how to explain it, close, like more intense.
Right. Yeah. So what would be the passive move here if you didn't play L4? Like, how might someone respond if they're a little less, if they're more cowardly?
I feel like just extend and white connects.
Yeah.
Pretty passive.
Yeah. So black gets that corner. Sort of. I mean, I think it kind of still doesn't feel super solid.
Yeah.
And then white just connects and it's there's no more pressure that black can apply. Yeah, that would be a pretty boring game. So
Yeah.
okay.
And there's still some this corner is not completely secure yet, and white can still invade here. So I thought I needed to play something more like over the top in this area. Oh, and also like playing like this, white is also it's like this group has no problems basically. It's
Right.
pretty solid. White can't do anything to it. But if we play like this, there's some weaknesses for white. Like we saw in game, like later this push and this peep. So like pretty big problems for white. or not pretty big problems. It just made white really uncomfortable, I felt like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Here, it's hard for white to block because black can go back one move. So if white blocks, black could Atari and then Atari up. And I thought that it was going to be really hard to invade the right side.
Oh yeah, because you're obviously white's going to be fine here, but now you're actually helping black get stronger as he chases you. So it's too much benefit for black. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Chat debating here about our next goals as a Twitch channel, taking over the chess streamers channels. That'd be fun. Yeah, I mean, hey guys, if you want to help us take over the world, we can do that together. That sounds like a plan. Twitch, I'm down. Chat, I'm down. We'll do it. And also, hey, this is a great time for me to let people know we're going to be streaming for Congress as well through Disco. And we have a lot of really cool kind of plans to get the top board streamed to you. And Kevin, Alex, you guys are going to Congress, or?
I'm going.
Yep.
I'm actually not going to be playing in Congress. My brother will, though.
Sick, dude. Nice. And you're going to be there to hang out?
I actually have like summer stuff to do for like school.
Yep. Valid.
So,
valid.
Yeah.
Well, totally understand. Alex, of course, always glad to have you. Kevin, come. The next one's going to be in Cleveland. Ooh, Cleveland! Wow, pretty. I mean, I live in Ohio, right? So I got a shout out for Cleveland here. We also got a follow from Angelus Renee. Very cool. Welcome. Probably butchered your name, but thanks for the follow. Travilk says you'll be missed. Super true. Travilk, are you coming to Congress? I mean, that'd be tight if you are. Javier, I know you're not so sad. Big tier. Alfaro, I think you're European, but you might come. Everyone's invited. So, but if you're not coming, totally legit, you can still tune in here. Travilk's going to come. Yay. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, so yeah, this situation on the board here, a little too nice for black. So Alex pulls back instead of blocks directly. And then, yeah, Kevin, what happened next? Where to go from the game?
Okay, so from the game, white chooses to extend because I think it's the right choice here to extend.
Yeah.
And I felt, from after white played like this Atari and Atari again and Connect, I felt pretty good about my position. But I think for white, it's not too bad for white either, even though I felt pretty comfortable with my position.
Right. Yeah, it's a big chunk of cash, but I mean now white has very little worries on the outside there.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so I was pretty content with the situation, and I thought I was really getting like this whole patch of territory. I was like, this is going great for me. Like I'm getting the side, I'm getting the corner. But then this move really caught me off guard.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
yeah, Alex is like, hey, Black, you think you have all that? Heck no.
It's really good timing too.
Mm.
So I was like, I was kind of debating on which side to block. Definitely not here. I feel like because it doesn't really accomplish anything.
Right. Like, you get like 4 lines of territory, and then white just takes your whole corner. That would be disgusting.
So I was kind of debating on blocking here.
Okay.
But the thing about this move is that like there's really bad AGA. Push and just cut later, like, or maybe like white can even like honey first,
sure.
Cut, and like I ran this variation with AI like after the game,
Yeah.
And the variations are really complex. And like during the game, I just thought like this AGI, this is like really bad. White can like Atari, like stuff like this, or even just like go from the top.
Oh,
I just
wow.
thought like horrible position for black to be in because like low liberties, like weaknesses from cutting points. It's not like it wasn't worth it to play this way.
So basically, you're telling us like, I mean, to me right now, it doesn't look like anything super clearly works, but there's so much AGI, and it's early on in the game. It's like, Alex is kind of playing a little game of chicken with you. Like, hey, do you want to see where this goes? And you're like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, it's not a bad call to say like, hey, my opponent, I respect you. I'm going to give you a little bit of breathing room here, and that way I don't have to deal with all this crazy fighting. So Alex, was this your intention? I mean, is this an asking move for you? Are you trying to kind of see what he's going to do, or?
Yeah. So my plan was actually to play T5. In this situation.
Yeah.
Oh, in this situation?
Yeah.
Like right here?
I thought black would block on the first line.
Okay, out of T6.
White would connect, and maybe black would connect, and white could block in the corner.
Is White live here? Is that what's going on?
Oh, this is a ko.
Yeah.
Okay. I like how you guys, everyone in chat. Hopefully, I mean, chat's basically a nine-down, so I'm sure you guys understand that this is a ko. But I appreciate you mentioning to me that this is a ko because I cannot just look at that instantly and go, oh yeah, classic ko shape. But that makes sense. Okay, so your kind of plan was to start a ko here, and you felt like basically you can get some either good cash elsewhere in the ko because we're early on, or obviously just live, and that'd be ideal.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So, but Kevin avoided that. I mean, Kevin kind of taking a little more level-headed approach, saying like, "Yeah, I don't want to get into all this mess." Yeah, you might have actually just played away. Is that what you would have done, Kevin?
Yeah.
I like you guys are so strong. You're like evaluating, like, all right, but hey, what if this did happen? I feel like I don't know if you guys get like this. I'll be evaluating variations with friends after a game, and then we'll basically just play a whole other game. It's like, well, that doesn't work. Yeah, it does, and then see what goes from there. Well, yeah, this doesn't feel too bad for black. I mean, black can kind of hold out on that ko, right? Have it in their back pocket anytime. Play a big move like this here, make some cash on the right side, and then white's not going to want to play back too early for that corner too. Is that kind of what I'm seeing here, or?
Yeah, maybe white would honey in the middle, like Kevin said,
Okay.
instead of activating directly.
Oh, you mean white playing instead of R2, white would play Hane?
Maybe instead of T5.
Yeah. Well, and Kevin, showed that as a variation earlier.
Yeah.
What's it do? Yeah. Get like exposing some of the weaknesses and reducing the moyo there, the framework. So.
Yeah, in the game, I wasn't really afraid of white leaving in the corner because
Right.
I was more afraid of white just overall like diminishing my influence. That's like the bigger threat here.
Sure. And then it would make that Joseki not ideal, right? You would have.
Yeah.
Cool.
So.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's go back to the main line, but that's an interesting kind of situation here.
Yeah, and if white dies in the corner, it was my corner to begin with, so him dying there isn't really that big of a deal.
See, that kind of conception is super hard. I mean, I don't know, chat, how you feel about this, but like this idea, like once I put stones down, I become attached. And of course, I make fun of I don't really make fun, but I poke a little friendly fun at like DDKs, and I go like, oh yeah, you really love that stone, don't you? And then here I am. I would have made the exact same problem. I would have like, no, my corner, I can't give it up. So, but yeah, you're saying like at the end of the day, that was already black's corner, so that's legit.
So white doesn't really lose anything.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So in the game, to avoid all of that, I just blocked here, but that gives white leaves white with more like opportunities in this area. Mm-hmm. So yeah, this move was pretty good on white's part. It's a sente, so white has black has to separate white's two groups, and two space extension, pretty good for settling down. Of course, black has to separate because you can't let white play R5 to connect. So separate, and S6, really good move by white.
Wow.
I have two options here. I could either block here, which white would play here and would leave black in a really awkward position, because where would black play? Here. It's kind of slow. I don't think anyone would want to play here as black or be in this situation.
No.
So I just chose to capture this stone because it's the best black could do here, I think.
Okay. Is there some sort of cost? I mean, I guess we'll see. It happened in front of our eyes because you chose this variation, but yeah.
And yeah, so basically white achieves like the same thing as me blocking over here. Just getting this Hane,
Yeah.
So at this point, I was like, I can't just let this happen. I have to do something about it. So
Yeah.
since the ladder works for me, I can cut here.
Nice. Well, and thinking about this too, like you already spent the R3 stone to block the corner, and then you had to play again up at R6, and so you basically spent 2 stones for his 1 stone
Yeah.
at R4. So that's a really good exchange, Alex. Well done. But yeah, you're not gonna lie down. You're not gonna take this line down. You're
Yeah.
like, hey,
I,
let's fight about it.
yeah. So I decided to play more aggressively here.
Cool.
Cut since the ladder works, and why Ataris is pretty normal. Um, so after the jump, I didn't really like this move by Alex because um, if let's switch it like this: if White plays here and Black plays here, like would White if White plays again, then Black would be really uncomfortable. So Black
Hmm.
here, but if you play here first and Black goes here, like Black doesn't need to like play here.
Right. This is the kind of like Tawari analysis, right? You're kind
Yeah.
of looking at the exchange. If you did it in a different order, would it happen the same way?
Mhm.
I love that. Yeah, Chad, if you guys don't know about Tawari, I mean, just Google the term. Well, actually, who knows what will come up, but super, super useful way to think about how move order happens. So,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, this is great. And well, I mean, and so you didn't kind of like the way it happened. So you would have pushed first as White to revoke. Did someone say Dosaku? Is it interesting, Trevor? Sorry, to revoke. Is that where Tawari comes from? It's from Dosaku. I don't know. Yeah, useful if you do it correctly. True. Also very easy to mess up. But these guys here, these guys know how to do Tawari. So hopefully we can learn from them. So yeah, would you have pushed first then as White? Is that kind of what you're saying here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was White, I would push. Mainly
Right.
because I think maybe Black would play.
Sure.
I feel like something like this would be like the variation here.
I
Interesting.
thought
So okay.
I thought White should have gotten played at S8.
Here right now.
Yeah, right now. Okay.
White S8.
Mm.
I feel like if White played like that, like this push.
Just to give me some context here, so it looks like we're really talking about life and death already. The white group on the right side is going to have to find life, right? Is that kind of what you're thinking, Alex?
Yeah.
Okay, and then but now also I'm seeing Kevin really saying, hey, that white group in the middle, which to me seems huge and unattackable, actually has some issues too. So um, Javier throwing some hilarious shade, absolute memester. If you don't know about Tawari, Google it. Yeah, instead of explaining it. Yeah, the classic. You know me, I'm a good teacher, right? No, I'm kidding. I'm a huge Googler. That's my thing. I'm all hail Google. Just Google it. Just kidding. Chirok also letting us know that Dosaku is credited with inventing the tool, so that's very cool. Thank you, chat. Chat adding some awesome stuff here. When Mori, I don't know what you're typing. Looks like you got blocked, so or something. So yeah, chat's having a little fun time. Yeah, this looks pretty not so great for White. I would feel the pressure here for sure. But I feel like this kind of can happen anytime. And at the same time too, I would feel also a huge inclination to try and settle that white group. So
Yeah,
uh,
that's what I feel like.
Felt like White still should have played the Atari after the extension.
mhm.
Um, White should have played the Atari instead of O10, like in the game.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense. So instead of
10. Yeah. Well, because that's a little more sente for making life. I mean, if Black plays O10 right now, White probably is feeling more comfortable because White can capture the stone. Is that what you're thinking, Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like this is good for White.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't remember what happened. Even though I watched the game, does this group die over here on the right hand side?
No, of course it doesn't die.
Of course it doesn't die. Groups don't die. Come on. Yeah, we're playing the pro level, so okay, groups don't die. Okay, so that's not the issue. All right, so black does still do this push. Okay.
I thought it's pretty good timing for the push.
Right.
And I feel like here I should have continued this. Here.
Right.
No harm in doing it. I don't know why I didn't just continue with it.
Yeah, it's not going to be Aji Keshi. Like, there's no world in which white Tanukis from or plays away from those kind of pushes and peeps, right? So get them in now. And then it does seem like you did kind of break away, though, to Alex's horror. It looks like you extended that stone. Alex probably had to like go to the bathroom, shed a tear real quick, and then come back out and be like, I didn't care. I'm just kidding. Singular tear to be clear. Yeah. Okay, those are the big spots there, the kind of A and B. All right, so yeah, you did that one. Interesting. Yeah, those are the big spots, right?
Yeah, 2 big spots.
B feels obvious to me. How do you find A? A looks crazy. I mean, yeah.
A, I feel like it's like white has a really heavy shape here, and you obviously the next move you wouldn't want to play like somewhere down here, or
okay,
you want to play somewhere down here.
Right.
It's not that big. You want to like play over here because you want to utilize these 2 cutting or more specifically this cutting.
Okay.
So where would you play it? If you played here, it wouldn't achieve like the full effect because white could still. It's not like really honing on to this weakness.
Okay.
I could just jump here, and it just feels like white's not in as much danger as if black plays here.
Yeah. Well, and it looks like too, white can't really eat the stone. Like it feels like it's far in, but it's actually not far enough in to be in danger. So you got to get as close to the kind of knife's edge as possible. I love that. Yeah. I would have played something a little bit more cautious, but I see now the power of that move. That's great.
Something more cautious.
Yeah, I would have done something like that exactly to put pressure on him, kind of like swallow him or try to swallow it without getting into too much trouble. But now, yeah, white could play the A spot right at like a J8 and all of a sudden be pretty secure in that way, or could just run away and not worry about it. So, okay, gotcha. Cool, that makes sense. Yeah, again, chat. If you guys are watching and you have questions, I mean, I'm over here being the dunce, but you can save me for myself, and you can also we can all ask questions together. So. Yeah, 40 people watching. That's super exciting. So, all right. So, yeah, what happens in the game? Is this the game move or no? Okay.
No, in the game, I didn't push and peep. I just directly played S8.
Yeah.
And yeah, white has to move out.
Yep.
And I feel like here I made the wrong decision with S8 because I was only more territory inclined at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe because white just took like most of my territory, I feel like I needed to like get as much as I can back.
Yeah.
But after I played S8, white moves out and black's middle group becomes not as strong as it was before. Actually, it becomes pretty weak if black doesn't do something about it.
Right. Yeah, and that's kind of like the main goal is we're not just thinking about points here. Although cash is great, like take some clams, get what you're owed, right? Like you felt like that was yours. But that's a kind of very kind of human psychology that's leading that decision. And then you immediately felt the pressure after white's move. So I see what's going on. Okay. Dang. Okay. So white pressures you. Okay. Well, interesting. You took cash, and then white pressured you again, probably.
Mm-hmm.
White didn't respond. Oh no, white did respond once or twice. Oh, 3 times. Okay. Well, this feels okay for black then. I mean, if white gets all these responses, okay.
I feel like maybe these two moves by Alex, I feel like they were pretty helpful for black, like just honey and then letting black cut. I don't know, I felt pretty good about it, even though a lot of territory.
Right. Yeah. Well, in a way, maybe white's goal is, to just reduce the territory. White doesn't need to take it all. But you've got to maximize your kind of comeback in that area. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Okay, now white fills out with this move.
Yeah. I feel
And
like maybe this jump was a little bit like passive, or passive.
That's what I felt too after.
okay, I was say, did you feel it in the moment? Alex is like, I'm easily winning. I'm just going to play passively. No, okay. Oh yeah, this turn here that would have been much more exciting. Okay.
Yeah, I was expecting this from white.
Yeah.
Basically, like move out while pressuring black.
Right.
Something like this.
And now the top side kind of starts to look a little interesting too. If black doesn't die, which nothing ever dies, right? So white's building the top side a little bit more.
Yeah, white gets like an influence on the top side,
Mm-hmm.
and black would still have to play something in the middle, probably like here,
Mm-hmm.
or you connect on the bottom. So yeah, I feel like this is not too great for black.
Yeah, makes
especially
sense.
with the top.
Okay, so white playing a little, maybe slack, but also just being secure now.
Yeah.
But okay, so where do you go, Kevin, from here? I mean, you're
I just moved out because it's the
sure.
right direction. You can't let white pressure you from this direction, or else you're just be running into like nowhere.
Right. Well, and my main concern, I mean, maybe if white did pressure black, um, you're pressuring black into your middle group, which I mean, I feel a little bit unsettled. I don't know how Alex might have felt. That middle white group here. I don't want to push black into killing it by accident. So, black still runs out, saves themselves, and puts some pressure on white. I mean, Kevin, is there anything you're trying to do here to this white group at the moment?
I was nothing directly, but I was
Okay.
just trying to pressure it just from this move. And I mean, if white doesn't answer, I would go for it directly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But of course, white's
white
going to
answered.
answer, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's a pretty good move by white, just secure the middle group.
Yep.
And at this point, I just decided to exchange this push and P.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so white's getting a bit of an influence on the top, so black needs to, with the two space jump, to kind of diminish the influence.
Right.
Yeah, so this is a pretty big move by Alex. The board's filling up at this point, so territory moves are pretty big, especially in this point of the game.
And just to remind viewers right now, for those that are joining a little bit later, this game here is the third and final game between Kevin and Alex. It was 1-1. Whoever wins this game becomes the next pro. So even though it actually kind of seems calm in the review, right? Both these guys are feeling the pressure. I mean, they said it kind of early on. They want to get a win because if they win, they don't have to play again against whoever. We didn't know at the time whoever's going to win in the Rémi versus Eric game. And so we have kind of a game. I imagine Alex here, we mentioned this passive movie. He's kind of thinking, all right, I got to make sure that I'm doing well because, and I'm just kind of playing safe. If I'm counting right, I don't need anything crazy to win. And again, I can't remember exactly, but I covered this live, and I think we had some other commentators here. But you guys are playing, very very well. Kind of moves that were around a point and a half, max loss anywhere. So the AI was, absolutely loving your moves generally. Of course, you guys are pros, and at your level, you're always pushing for, hey, how can I go even further? So that's why we're reviewing it. Like, hey, let's see what's happening in your mind, and let's see what's going deeper. But yeah, chat, just that's what was happening here. We got a follow too from Asterixy. Thank you very much, Asterixy. It's a fun name. I like that. Thanks for following. Anybody who's following too, you'll be able to kind of alerted when we go live next week for Go Congress. Alex will be flexing his new skills there. Kevin watching from afar, cheering us on, probably cheering his comrade here, Alex, on, who rose to the pros. So obviously, the thing is, this is Alex and Kevin's game. You'll find out, if you didn't follow, you'll find out the result, who became first pro. But the other guy also obviously became pro too. So they both became pro. So and that was expected result. These two guys, it's actually a super strong field, but both these guys were at the top. So. Well, anyway, this looks pretty good for obviously both players here. Nobody feels in danger anywhere. It kind of feels very calm at this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the only group white would have to worry about is this group.
Okay.
Just because there could be potential connection issues.
Right. Yeah, we got a nice move. We got a kind of one space jump with black stones on either side. There's kind of some stuff where I could see a little bit of issues, but yeah, okay, very peaceful game. And analysis wise, I mean, were you guys feeling during the game? Were you guys feeling kind of the like point wise pressured? Like, did you need did it feel kind of like a wrestling match? Like you guys are racing to the biggest points? Like, what's going on in your head? Kind of mid game.
I feel like I was lacking in points.
Okay.
So yeah, even though black has like this big corner and plus the side,
Right.
I don't think I counted. And I didn't count that black was leading in points. So I was behind points, but black is kind of like thick, I guess.
Right. So you're thick, and you're going to try to leverage that, but maybe you're not having the biggest payday point-wise, so you need to kind of make up for it. Trevoke also saying, calm games, I always wonder about the attacks that are getting fended off with these calm moves. Yeah, sometimes the move seems calm, but actually there's a deeper meaning. So, yeah. Okay, so let's go forward. Sorry to keep interrupting, but it's always good to check out the chat, let them know what's going on. So,
no problem. This C11, I feel like it was pretty good because if black plays here, then white can play here. So just like double connection.
I love that.
Here, and similarly from like this. Yeah, so really no point in blocking here, I feel like. Might as well like maintain the thickness by playing on top. Yeah, so white connect and black can play something else in Sente. So
nice.
That was my plan.
And point wise, you're willing to give up a little bit of points to white there on the side. You couldn't do anything to hurt white, and then you play with Sente. Alex, I gotta compliment you on that C11 move. That's a good looking move. I mean, that's cool.
So it's a good move.
Yeah. Hey, Go Dave rating here with 11/8 viewers. Not quite sure what Stream Elements is doing, but welcome. Hello, One Piece and One Dot. Yeah, we're all one here. That's how it works. We're all one, level one. And Paige Edict following. Hey, thanks, Paige. Love your stream as well. Thanks for following. And Go Dave. Yeah, I was looking at you earlier. It looked like you guys were having a blast. So I'm glad you brought some of your viewers over to hang out with us. But yeah, okay. So Kevin here, racing for Sente. I love that, and kind of really calmly giving up that left side. I mean, I might have fought it and then sillily, lost Sente. So, hey, he ended on a win. Congrats. Yeah, exactly. You were not doing. You're not feeling the best. So I'm glad you got a W. That's great. Okay, who gets a W today though? Kevin or Alex? For those who don't know, the mystery plot thickens.
Find not at the end. So here, I wanted to utilize these potential weaknesses in white's connection, and at the same time, gain some influence in the center. So this is this is like a direct Sente basically, because if white doesn't respond, if white plays somewhere else, black can just.
Right. Yeah. White has some serious weaknesses, so it's nice you're reducing with your move and you're threatening directly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So this is like a pretty good way to defend this weakness by white.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah, that's stylish. I would have defended directly. So okay, go ahead.
And it's basically like fixing your problems with Sente, because if black like Tanuki somewhere, let's say to to up the middle, white can still like cut,
right,
and get some territory on the top. But if black answers here and plays something to prevent that from happening, white can jump in the middle. So it's kind of like white's not really worried about black going in the middle.
Right. Point wise, it feels like you guys are kind of just erasing each other constantly, and you're struggling for Sente here. We got a congrats from Go Dave saying congrats to both you becoming pros. Yeah, definitely super job well done, and community, a lot of respect. And we got missed a start from Boris here. Did black create a large moyo for white to invade? Sort of on the right here, the black did have a nice moyo that white got to kind of invade, sacrificing the stone in the corner there to do it kind of effectively. White did miss an opportunity potentially to kind of create a moyo at the top, which now black, as we can see, is kind of destroying here. But that's exactly what happened. Right.
Yeah, so this move is better than playing something like this. Just
Right.
this. Yeah, so after white fixes with here, if black continues to play like black here, white can play that variation and it wouldn't be too great for black.
Right.
So and black's not like an immediate injury here, so don't need to answer. Just Tanuki. And this move, I feel like I just needed to maintain some of this center territory and also threaten white at the same time in the body.
Right.
And this move, I didn't really understand by Alex because this move, M13 is already fixing the weakness here. So M17 is kind of passive, in my opinion.
I was afraid of black playing N16.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Okay.
I feel like white could delay it. Could I not? Maybe like this. Maybe I feel like with this move, like it's not like before where white didn't have this move. It's easier for white to live because of this solid shape. I mean, if black wants to like try really hard to kill white, I don't think it would succeed. Or white could just directly go here. Like white can play, I guess like dumber here, because like black already gave up this move. There's not really much in the middle now, so white can just play anything just to live this group, and black would still be behind on territory.
Right. Kevin, you got some serious courage here, because I think I'm with Alex in that I wouldn't have wanted to even get into this situation. But yeah, now that you play it out, I mean, I kind of see what you're saying. Obviously, we got one eye for us over at P8. Black white can be blocking time there, and so white just has to make another one. And there's a lot of kind of nice forcing moves for white here to do that. Where black can kind of struggle to do it. So yeah, white can play away. And not worry about it. So yeah, maybe forcing in that way too, kind of interesting. The connection and still reducing. And I can't remember if this game was super close on points, but I feel like even if it's not, I mean, you guys are obviously going to always try to maximize reduction of points, right? So white needs to be reducing black there, but also not dying. Not dying is good. So
yeah, not dying.
Yeah, Boris, I'm going to, after the game's over, gonna grill these guys about their future, so don't worry about that. All right, so so white played a little more passively, kind of just shoring up the situation, and then what happened there. And actually, just for timeline wise, I'm fine on time, but we'll pick up the speed a little bit. That way, it's about an hour for each of us, each of you guys. But it's going fine.
So yeah, pretty passive move by white, and black just plays these two. And I feel like this move is another passive move by white.
Ooh, yeah.
Just because it's kind of like giving black the opportunity to just get all of the territory in the middle. It's pretty much finalized at this point.
Right. Well, and point wise, I mean, so here's the question, Alex. Were you doing some counting here? Did you feel like you just had sufficient points, and so you didn't need to worry about it, or what was going through your head?
I felt like it was close.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Right. I mean, no need to overplay if you're doing fine on points. I think too, watching your games, Alex, you were very kind of a consistent player, and Kevin was as well. But Kevin also, I think, was pushing the envelope a little bit more. And I think, I mean, in your one loss that happened from actually, no, I've watched a couple of people review it now. I think we reviewed it before. In that loss you had, was that a mistake play, or kind of you were behind, weren't you?
I counted I was behind, but
yeah, you were
later on round, I wasn't behind by that much.
Oh, okay.
So, it was pretty late in the game, so I counted I was behind, and I decided to just play something like more over, because if I played passively, I thought I would lose, and if I played aggressively, I thought there's a chance I might win.
Nice. Yeah, that's the kind of calculation level that you guys are doing here. That's what we expect from pros is, hey, even if if you're in the end game and your opponent's not going to make a mistake and you're 2 points behind, you either resign or you try something. right? Like, yeah, that's the where we're at. And so, yeah, here it looks like Alex kind of saying like, all right, I'm going to play passively. Maybe I can win on points. But Black actually, yeah, making an absolutely large center here out of nowhere. So,
So after this G16 and me getting the center, I felt kind of more comfortable with this game, like points wise. So I kind of just came out of nowhere, so I gained a lot of points.
Right, and you were saying earlier, for those that kind of missed it, that was your Warriors. You felt like you were behind on points. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And the only thing I had going for me was thickness, which I kind of utilized pretty well.
Yeah, for sure.
So some pretty big end game moves from White. Sente. At this point, I think I made a mistake here. I think Black should have played here.
Okay.
Because White basically has to connect at H17. If White plays H17, Black can play J17. So it's basically like White misses out on K18.
Oh, yeah.
Normally, White would be able to play K18. So it's like White's playing a move to help Black fix.
And you're saying White can't play K18 now, though. I mean, like, let's say White doesn't push at the third line. Yeah.
Dude. Or Black can just play here.
Okay.
Black would still have to. White would still have to answer.
Right. I see. So this kind of fixes Black's center a little bit better and puts pressure on White. White can't even do too much over there. Okay. Gotcha. Oh. I don't know, chat, if you see the magic that's happening here with this cut, obviously if White eats that stone, Black can cross cut on the other side. That'll be nice. Or if White protects the cross cut it like F18, Black can just absolutely destroy the left side. So that would be bad. Okay, fancy. Gotcha.
Yeah. So I really wasn't expecting White to Tanuki here. I felt like it was like I felt like if I blocked here, I would have just lost 1 point for no reason because I was supposed to play here originally.
Yeah, Alex, nice, well done.
And White, I was supposed to like leave this area in Sente and play over here.
Yeah.
Here, and White didn't answer. So if I still answer here, then I just lost 1 point for no reason, basically.
I love it. And note to chat too, if you guys are thinking about questions you want to ask Kevin and Alex, keep dropping it in the chat. I'm going to ask Boris's question later, and if other people have questions, you should drop them in. So, this feels good. White beat you kind of over here, but did you not respond locally? Is that what happened? Or
yeah, I didn't respond. I cut here
to
see where White would go.
Yeah.
I was expecting White to play here, and here first. I was expecting something like this, and Black would play here, and Black would connect.
Okay.
This.
So you kind of steal the corner.
Yeah, pretty big corner. But in game, White played here, which is I don't think it was a correct response because Black had a lot of moves.
Right.
It's like White is still at this point.
Javier, chat, if you have any questions, Google it. I don't need to tell you guys anything. Just kidding. All right, Javi, I'll have to explain to Ari later. I know you know, but that's fun. Yeah, this does not look ideal for White now.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, maybe it's a sign of respect. Kevin, Alex is trying to play solidly here, but yeah, you you just you're like, oh, your solid moves, it's going to get you in trouble because I'm going to do this and this and this. So I don't know. Alex, what do you think? Or
I thought this result was fine for White.
Right.
Yeah.
I felt pretty content with the results for Black.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is now White gets a bigger corner, which is nice, and Black had to play some reduction though onto the top. So I'm sure it is somewhat of a point swing. I mean, maybe a little bit of a reduction, but not too horrible. Yeah, and White's not dead. But yeah, this is the painful part. Black got to come back and get that center, right?
Yeah.
So.
But I felt like this was really good for Black, like just to be able to like get these moves for free and still come back for here.
Mm-hmm.
And White still.
Thought White got a lot of points in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
From like when I analyzed it, it was kind of like pretty much the same for White, like as compared to like this. Like if White just blocked here, I felt like this compared to the final after this is pretty much like the same amount of points, except Black got this for free and also got to block back. So that was just my analyzation of the situation. So I felt like I gained Black in this year.
Well, of course, here we got two rivals, in a way. Kevin's officially reviewing the game, but Alex was like, "Wait a second." So it's an interesting game to review with your opponent right here. But no, I think the results in a way speak for themselves. But yeah, it's obviously none of these moves are bad, right? The AI giving kind of analysis a lot of really really high level moves here, but the Right. Hey, we got a lot of questions actually. Let's go over these real quick while we got people dropping questions in the chat. Thank you so much, chat, for dropping these questions. Paige asking, how confident were both of you during the qualifiers in actually making professional? Did you get the results you expected? Well, here they are. They signed up. They won. But maybe also results in the games. And was it harder than you thought? Going in, you got to believe you're going to become pros. But what kind of knowing the field or not knowing the field? Just going in, or did you think you guys had it in the bag? Or Kevin, go first.
Going in. So originally, I think a couple days or it was like a week before the tournament, or it was a couple weeks. I heard that Aaron Ye dropped out of the tournament, and I knew he was a pretty solid player, so I was kind of relieved when he dropped out. It's like I don't have to play him anymore.
Yeah.
So after that, I didn't know who a lot of the players were, so I couldn't be sure. But I felt like I had a pretty good chance, and it was definitely harder than I expected, because like the second game with Alex, I was like, it's pretty unexpected.
Right. Yeah. Alex pulled the upset here. You were undefeated up until that point. So
Yeah.
And just so chat knows too. I kind of became some commentary. They definitely were the favorites from the outside perspective too, because we had watched both of them win a lot of tournament games. I'd actually had Alex compete in two of my tournaments before, and he's played extremely, extremely well. So in my mind, Kevin and Alex were kind of like the favorites, even though I was rooting for my Baduk House, teammates Rémi and Eric. But and they got up there third and fourth place, which is great. But I think you're right. While the field was all really good, we're missing some of the other top players in the U.S. Like Aaron. It would have been interesting to see if he had joined too, if the results would have been different. So, okay, Alex, were you feeling the pressure too, or did you kind of have similar thoughts?
Oh, I was also quite relieved when I heard that Aaron dropped out.
Aaron, where were you, man?
Yeah, so he was in my group, so I think that would have mixed up the program.
For sure. Well, and actually too, I had some insights living with some people that were, going to be competing, and we discussed endlessly, like, hey, which groups are you in? How the pairings going to go down? What kind of could the results be if certain people win, et cetera, et cetera. So I think, just for people in the chat to know, these guys are aware of who's in their kind of brackets and who they're going to be playing. They're definitely thinking about that kind of stuff and comparing themselves and looking at maybe what are their previous records and stuff like that. But to Kevin's point, if you don't know them, you're going to kind of find out day off or at the event. So you can obviously see it happen as it evolves. All right, Boris here asking a fun question. So I mentioned the Tawari analysis. Do you guys both know Tawari? You know the name? Tawari analysis? Yeah. Kevin says, to Boris's point, he's saying kind of like it's not always that strong players will know these kind of like weird fancy names, in multiple languages, because at the same time, you guys just know the ideas. You're just playing strong moves, so you may not always know the names. Does the NAGF plan to make some kind of league or tournament between North American pros, where too many of them retired aren't likely to participate? I can't speak on behalf of NAGF. I do know that we asked them live on the Butter Club stream that what's the kind of creation of pros pace going to look like, and basically they're looking for quality over quantity. We also know that the Europeans do an incredible league, and Kevin, you played in that, right? Yeah, you did. You sure did. And the super exciting finals there. I loved watching you play Ryan. Spoilers for anyone that doesn't know, Kevin did not win the league, the European Pro League. I'm sorry for your loss, but that's okay. Maybe you can put some fire in your heart. Go back and kick his butt later.
I see a question in the chat saying, did I recover from the finals? No, I did not recover.
Oh no, Kevin, no. Well, hopefully you managed to recover, because that was brutal. I mean, honestly, sorry, real quick, we got to ask you about that. Ryan Lee, super strong player. We love seeing you guys play. Hopefully, we'll see more games between you and Alex as well, and the other pros, Andy Liu and everybody out there. You're gonna go kick Ryan's butt later. I mean, what's the plan?
I mean, he says he's not gonna focus on Go anymore, so hopefully. But in the meantime, I feel like he's too strong for me, to be honest. Like I played 3 games with him, and basically, like the overall feeling I got was that he's like another level.
Right. I'll be honest. The guys at the Body House, most everybody was saying you were going to win it easily. So, I mean, I don't know if you just showed some serious strength at the North American GoPro qualifiers, but you put the absolute fear of God in them, because they're like, no, Kevin's undefeatable. So I think you got some of your strength, but I mean, you're right. Ryan is an absolute beast, and he's seasoned. He's pretty seasoned. But also the time settings were pretty fast. I mean, Kevin, do you play well under time pressure? Or are you more of a slow game player?
I feel like I can handle both, but I prefer like not too fast and not too slow.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
that's fair.
Timing for the European League was definitely pretty fast.
Right.
But it didn't affect too much, I feel like.
No. I don't know. I mean, watching it too, there are a couple of situations that got into that I feel like you had the upper hand. And again, obviously, that doesn't mean anything, because if you're playing a monster like him, he's going to find a way to pull it around. But yeah, no, I think he played it so well, and he found a way out. But yeah, I thought it was good. If he had more time, I think actually, in my personal opinion, if he had more time, he might have actually done pretty. Might have at least gone like a tie situation to the finals kind of thing. So Boris asking here, Alex, have you been able to beat him? I know you have studied with him. Yeah, Alex, you're a student of Ryan, right? So have you ever beat him?
So we played a couple times, but he usually gives me no Komi, and he wins most of those games.
Dang, dude, that's insane. So, yeah, okay, we'll handicap him a bit, right? Because he has a wife and he has a new job and stuff like that. So, you guys can, take some time to catch up. But at the same time, also, all right, so hold on. Everyone wants to know. I think I might have messed it up streaming earlier. How old are you guys? Kevin, you're 15?
I'm turning 15 tomorrow.
Oh, hey, oh, wow. Happy almost birthday. That's awesome. Dude, cool. And Alex, you're 14, right?
Yeah, 14.
Okay, I kept saying Kevin was 15. So, all right, you're both 14. And you were 14 when you became pro. Honestly, that's incredible to have you guys playing at this level at your age. You'll easily defeat Ryan in the short future, because I know you both have other things going on too. I know you guys aren't going to dedicate 100% of your time into Go. But if you just keep going at all, you'll easily kind of get into this top field of players here. Tavoke saying Ryan's ability to coordinate his stones over the entire board never ceases to amaze me. Yeah, definitely agree with that. A lot of happy birthdays in the chat too. Yeah, Kevin, super cool. You do anything fun? We gotta ask. You do anything fun, Kevin?
Probably just hang out with my family.
Yeah, that sounds like a nice birthday. Yeah. Let's see here. And actually, my mom's visiting me in town, so I have to get off the voice call with you guys. I'm gonna go take her to tour the city. So yeah, gotta respect your family. So I actually didn't know who Alex was prior to the tournament, but had heard about Kevin from friends. Alex was a very nice surprise to me when I was spectating the qualifiers. Oh, look at that, Alex! You got a fan from Paige. I love that. Yeah, I was lucky. I've seen Alex play live, so I kind of knew about him, but he hadn't played a lot of like the online or international things to my knowledge, so not super known in that way. Okay, we did a lot of qualifiers there. And then let's go kind of blitz forward through the rest of the game here, and then we'll wrap it up with Kevin and move over to Alex. So.
Yeah, so finishing off in this part, white stone needs to play a move in the top for these 2 stones. And yeah, white got to play N2, which is really big.
Huge, yeah.
White Sente, so these are all white Sentes. I feel like the end game was fairly simple and calm as compared to the opening and the middle game. It was mainly just white playing white Sentes, black playing black Sentes. And just like the end game in general, it's for like high level players. You calculate which moves are the highest in points and you just play them. It's not really like too complicated.
Yeah, that's. I mean, obviously, we do see kind of upsets or some surprise stuff in end games, and even then, some pros are better than others, right? There's the difference, but maybe even more in modern day. I mean, the kind of calculation that occurs, it's a one-way street, right? It's yeah, to the end. Cool. Well, yeah, we can wrap it up here then. I mean, so yeah, Kevin, you ended up winning. What was the score difference, or was it resignation?
It was resignation, but the score I think was like 5-point lead. I think 5 to 6 points.
Right. And Alex, honestly, super respectable on your part to say, hey, I see it, I can calculate it, I know what's going on here, and I'm just going to pull the plug. So yeah, well done on both your parts. Super fun game. We got a question from Boris here. Are pros allowed to participate in regular tournaments? Actually, that's something I wonder. Can you guys play in any tournament?
To my knowledge, it's like you can play, but I don't think you get the rewards or the title.
Okay. Yeah, you can't come like beat up a bunch of amateurs and like steal the trophy. That makes sense. Although we do have an invite, it's to Alex specifically, but Kevin, I'm sure you'd be invited as well. You got a North Carolina tournament coming up on September 17th. Great place to check out tournaments, of course. eJournal posts stuff about it, and Baduk Club has a calendar. Great place to see tournaments. The Baduk Club, baduk.club/calendar. Hopefully more and more tournaments around the world are going to be put there. Robert Chi, super excited to take Alex, his son. Maybe. Actually, no, he's probably answering Devin Fraze here, whoever this guy is. If we saw the interview for 13 more hours, can we wish Kevin happy birthday? Yeah. Let's just keep this interview going all day. We'll give Kevin a direct happy birthday. Alex has just come in the past. Oh, cool. Yeah. Nice. And then, so yeah, looks like we'll hopefully see these guys at tournaments live again. I know Kevin, I went to the Coatson, 2 years ago, pre-pandemic. Have you been to the Coatson before?
I think me and Alex were both there 2 years ago.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I was there too. But Alex, were you there?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. We didn't know each other. I didn't know you guys then, but we're all there. That's cool. Coatson's a great one too.
Me and Kevin actually were friends.
Oh, tight.
Friends at the Coatson.
Yeah. I think we played a game, did we? I remember playing a game. It was like a friendly game.
I think we did.
That's awesome. I like the past tense though, Alex. We were friends, but after he beat me in this game, no, I'm just kidding. Well, so obviously, not obviously, yeah, we just announced Kevin won this game. He went on to become the first pro. Alex having to now defend his chance at the pros, going on to play his games against the second place or the first place winner of the kind of losers bracket, Eric Yoder, who came out on top against Rémi Campagnie. And yeah, so that's probably where we'll head next. I got one more question for you, Kevin. I noticed you did a great interview with the guys at the European guys, talking about kind of your future, saying, hey, I like Go, but I'm not necessarily trying to, go become the next Lee Sedol or Michael Redman or whatever. But people always want to know, right? So we got to ask you, what's the future? I mean, hopefully you're not going to just kind of quit the game. What are your plans? Tell us what's happening.
I'm definitely not gonna just quit. I feel like I'll try like my best to, if there's any events, I'll try my best to free up time to play them. But my main focus is definitely gonna still be on in like college and applications, basically all of that. But like I'll try my best to play any tournaments or like any events that come up.
That's great to hear. Yeah, I mean, obviously, kind of in a way, like viewers were supporting you. We would love to see you just throw away your life and like, become a only Go player. Sure, of course. But like in the reality, especially in the West, Go is just not big enough for people to make that kind of commitment. And total respect for you saying, hey, I'm going to take school seriously too. One of our Vado cast members, Wilson, super strong. He's trying to get, kind of to your guys' level. And same time he's balancing school. So I mean, it's kind of thing you got to do both. And you look at Ryan Lee, right? He's kind of at the top here, and he still bounces all his life stuff into other work. So that's kind of expected. But I'm actually really happy to hear that you're going to still be kind of. We'll probably see you, right? You're not going to give up, and you're going to see more. So that's good. That's good news. So yeah. Perfect. All right. Well, yeah. Let's switch it up. I'll start to move over the streams here. Chat. Say thanks to Kevin. We're not going to kick you off. You can, if you want, please hang out actually and add some commentary as well. But just directly thanks for your review and stuff like that. So, all right. So let's switch over the board to Alex. Boop. And hide Kevin's board. Hide. Oh, I've lost Alex's screen? Question mark. Oh no, Alex, your screen is black. So maybe you can switch over to your KGS.
Oh.
Yep. Yep.
You see it?
Yep, I think so. And let me update one more thing. If I update it now, I think we're going to see some weird stuff. I've lost our. I hit the background. Okay. Here we go. And update stream. Boom. Now chat can see it as well. Okay, so this is your game against Rémi. Rémi, a friend of mine, French-Canadian Go player, super strong. We've seen him before in the European League. We've seen him before kind of competing also to become a European pro. And it's almost, I mean, this guy is no joke. I mean, he came to live with me in the Vado Calice. He said, I want to train. Of course, so did Eric. But obviously, you had a good game and you wanted to review his game. Do you have any feelings on kind of like what made you want to review this game, Alex?
So this game was a very intense game, and I made a lot of regrettable moves, and I think it would have it might have affected the whole result of the tournament. This is a very important game.
Cool, I love it. Well, you chose a spicy, exciting game for us then. I mean, that's great. I love that. Yeah, Kevin's game also super important, critical game. But felt very calm. I mean, you guys were just playing at kind of these key levels, and so I feel like I learned a lot from Kevin's game. Let's see how this game goes. I'm excited to learn and also hopefully be additionally thoroughly entertained. Claw here saying, after my usual login issues, I wanted to comment that the true star of the qualifiers was Kevin's brother, game recording. I don't know who Claw is. Maybe it's Kevin's brother, congratulating himself. But no, actually, super true though. I mean, everybody that put on this event, got to give huge shout out and thanks, and to the dedicated game reporters here that transmitted those games for us. So because we wouldn't have been able to watch live if that hadn't happened. So I was happy to cover it through Body Club's stream, but if we didn't have game reporters, we wouldn't even be able to begin. Remy and Eric were my dark horses picks for each group. Yeah, definitely. Again, we had Kevin and Alex as the favorites kind of from the beginning, and that was a result. But Eric and Remy definitely huge dark horses. So, all right, yeah, Alex, kick us off. Show us what happened here.
So this is round 3 in the group stage, and I'm black this game.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a pretty normal opening. And Remy likes playing this jump opposed to this knight move. This is all pretty normal. So white makes this invasion move, and then plays this knight's move. So I've actually haven't never seen this knight's move before. I expected him to maybe play something like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels normal to me, right? White gets to develop the kind of bottom side there, and the shape feels kind of very normal, reaching for the white stone, but not emphasizing it too much, putting some pressure on black, but nothing too crazy. Also, UC Davis asking, is there a pro league in the U.S.? There's not a pro league in the U.S., but we do have a really exciting transatlantic kind of pro league that goes on. And I think as the U.S. grows, we'll probably have our own pro league eventually, but no official word, or that's just me speculating randomly. But yeah, so also critical new move here. All right, let's see this. Is it did the AI like the move? I mean, is this like a good move or?
It's okay.
Okay.
It's not the top choice, but didn't really lose anything. And now black plays this move, which I think this is the first mistake. So after this move, white got to press black down into the bottom side, and now the stone at g2 and the two stones at g2 and f3. Black can't really make many points or have much influence on the bottom.
Right, white's already undercut black, and yeah, feels safe. Okay.
Yeah, so I think black should play this push, and then this attachment, and black's direction. I think black's getting into the center would be better direction.
Right. But you probably didn't expect the lean on the outside. I mean, to me, this is nutty, right? If white here pushes black into what I felt like would have been my territory, right? I'm trying to build the bottom, but yeah. Did you expect that move from white?
Yeah, I thought
You thought
this
this would
was
happen? Okay.
pretty normal.
See, I'm too low level. I mean, that feels crazy to me, but I totally see why. I mean, I think you gave a good explanation. So, also thank you for following, Pekui Chaya.
So white decided to hane and black cut, and now this is going to be a huge fight.
Fight.
So this move protects white's cuts, and black also protecting his weaknesses and connect back. I think this is all okay.
I remember this. I was watching this live, and I thought this was super exciting. I mean, I felt super worried for black here. I thought, you're in big trouble, but I don't know. How'd you feel in this moment?
Well, I felt like black definitely won't die here.
Okay.
Black could fight.
Well, and now actually you also have that cutting stone on white, so like you made the cut, you're not going to die, which is super cool. And then then what's white doing with that wall, right? So if it's not killing anything, it's radiating an influence out towards black, but maybe it's not a big deal. So
Here I played this hane, which I think is a passive move. So I think I should have cut here.
whoa.
But in the game, I didn't like white being able to get this cut.
Okay. Yeah,
So
yeah. And then white could have eaten those down. Yeah. Trevok saying Chad expected white to play D11. Sure, D11, 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 D11. Okay, yeah. Instead of slowly working their way there in the sequence, which kind of felt sketchy. So, yeah, Trevok remembering this moment as well. Yeah, this is a super exciting game. I'm glad you're reviewing this one. Have to go. Through this. Thanks, Devin. New pros, taking some time to meet new fans. Yeah, no problem, Boris. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and definitely, yeah, I think everyone in chat's super grateful to have you guys, as new pros and sharing your games with us. So, all right, so yeah, you're trying to avoid this cut here.
right, but actually, this variation should be okay for black. Black got the 2 stones on the left side,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe moves like this will still be sente later. So
Mm-hmm.
this is fine for black.
Cool.
But in the game, I didn't like that. And here, I actually misread this cut. So originally, my plan was to Atari out and then enclose white.
Right.
But after white lives, black has this cut, this push and cut weakness,
Mm-hmm.
and this is actually really severe. So black's gonna be cut here. So black can't play this Atari. Um, so I decided to cut and connect to attack the 2 stones. And now I think this extend is another mistake. So here, I thought I should play this Honic and then play this bump.
Oh, yep.
So black's basically solidifies the upper left corner,
Yep.
and white gets a influence, and this result should be okay for black.
Right. Yeah, and I remember white getting to take that away from you, basically the upper left. So that I can see why you want to prefer that variation for sure.
So in the game, white
Yeah.
got this entire upper left corner. So originally, this was black's 4 stones here, 4 stones to 1,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and now white has all this territory, and black just has a wall on the outside. So this result is going to be better for white.
Yeah, it's a huge swing. I mean, not ideal. I mean, not game over for black, obviously, but pretty good.
Yeah. So I think game is still relatively close,
Okay.
but I played this move, which is a really careless move.
Hmm.
Here, white could just jump out, and the stone at h2, it's not really doing anything. It's like endgame, maybe.
Right, because it can't kill the bottom left and it can't kill the middle. So yeah, what's it doing? Interesting.
So here, black should play this approach move, and now if white answers, then black can block, and now these 3 stones are in danger.
Right.
So I thought white would play here, and then black can take initiative on the right side. And I thought this would be maybe slightly better for white, but black black can still definitely play this. But in the game, black really didn't get anything from this fight.
Mm-hmm.
So white took away black's upper left corner. White has a relatively solid group in the middle, and white protected his lower right corner. And
So are
black,
you feeling like kind of pissed. You're like,
Yeah.
wait a second, how the heck did I get in this situation? I don't know. What are you feeling right now?
Well, I felt I was behind by quite a bit, so
Right.
I had to play more aggressively.
Okay. You gotta turn up the heat. All right.
Yeah. So white just deals with the center group pretty easily. And here black makes another mistake. So this doesn't really work. So if black plays this double honey, white can Atari and Atari.
Yeah.
And here,
Black collapses. Ooh, that
yeah.
would be crazy to watch happen live, and it's not gonna happen. So.
And black could also consider this extension move
Right.
and capture the corner. But I didn't like this variation. So actually, after the game, Rémi suggested this. I play this variation, but I didn't really like it because white's really solid now.
Right.
The center is thick, and now black's behind by maybe 7 points or so. And now this is gonna be really hard for black to come back.
Right. It's a cool way to play because you're saying I'm going to be casual, I'm going to be chill about the middle group, but then it's actually hard to do stuff afterward. You know, it's a solid play, but it's not. It won't actually lead you to victory because you can't keep it. Because you said you felt like you're behind, and then now you want to make it harder on both players. You don't want to make it simpler.
So here, black actually loses more because white's corner is really solid now. And so black keeps moving out his group and attacking the center.
Alex, do you enjoy adrenaline? I mean, I feel like you're a bit of an adrenaline junkie. You chose this path. I mean, this is intense, right? Because yeah, white's corner looks huge to me. I mean, that feels so nice. And basically, it feels like black has to either profit significantly and or kill this middle group. Are you actually? Do you think you can actually kill this middle group here?
No, so
No.
white has this Sente move, and
Yeah.
after this attachment, the center is basically alive.
Right.
So right now, black has to do something very superior to the 3 stones in the upper right corner.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I played this one space extension. So basically, telling him I'm gonna kill everything.
I love
Like
it.
this entire upper right quadrant of the board.
Yeah, I feel like so. Go. The nickname for Go is hand talk, right? So your move here has a Q17 there. It says, "I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill all of you," and it's a bold statement to make. So okay, white cuts you. Interesting.
And then he plays this ladder breaker.
Mm-hmm.
Black extends, and white can attach. And now black's 10 stones in the center. They they don't really have anywhere to go, and black's upper right corner is getting weaker. So black has to respond. And this move also takes fire, so this ladder won't work for white. So black can run.
Gotcha.
So white plays this move, which threatens to jump down. And now this black group really doesn't have a base. So black has to settle.
Right.
And now still trying to kill the 3 stones on the top. But Remy dealt with this pretty well. So here, I should have started this cow.
Hmm.
Cut and play this cutting move.
Oh yeah,
And
that would have been big.
yeah, so if white ends the cow, then black would reduce a lot of points. And now black's group in the center is thick. So this would have been gain for black. But in the game, I missed the opportunity and connected.
Alex, yeah, I'm noticing a trend here. You're a solid player. I mean, you're obviously very strong, and you see it afterward. But yeah, you're. Do you find this about yourself too? I mean, do you guys? And actually, I'll ask Kevin this too. I think somebody in the chat might have asked, "What's your current playing style?" I mean, do you compare yourself to anybody like famous pro wise? I mean, yeah. So Alex first, and then Kevin. What's your playing style like?
My playing style is like. Oh wait. Oh, you asked Alex. Never mind. Sorry.
It's okay.
So my playing style is very solid. And
Are there any pros that you compare yourself to? Or that you're trying to emulate, maybe?
I'm not specifically trying to play like someone.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm a pretty well-rounded player.
Mm-hmm. I see that. I have valid move, valid analysis, self-analysis. Well, Kevin, what about you? Are you? What's your playing style? I mean, are there any pros that you might relate yourself to that you strive to be like?
I feel like my playing style is more like aggressive and just each move like you make the most efficiency out of each move.
Hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
for like pros, I compare myself to. Um, I would say there's this one Chinese pro called Mi Rui Ting, and he's really good. Like his playing style is like it's more like like a lot of really Tsuji moves to like make the most efficiency out of each move.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's exciting to go if you're trying to kind of squeeze the every last drop out of the move here. And kind of to Alex's point about the last kind of sequence he showed, if he'd done that he could have really squeezed out some more juice from his situation at the bottom. And he also mentioning too his kind of misplay by playing H2 a little bit early. If he had kind of leaned to the corner, so he could have made H2 a little more valuable with the co-fight and settle his group and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this is a good style, right? The try and squeeze out the every kind of like last bit of potential in your moves and all that stuff like that. So, and your pro player, he said he does that kind of with a lot of cool Tsujis and stuff, or
Yeah.
nice. Obviously, that's the dream, right? If you can enter into a tournament match and then just like style on your opponent, just like play Tsuji after Tsuji and just like absolutely wreck them. Like, yeah, that's the dream. But also, Alex, I think it's you said you're a little more solid player. I think it's pretty respectable if you just say like, hey, I'm gonna do some calculations, settle up, and I can win on points and stuff like that. But in this game too, I think you're actually playing from behind, so you definitely get to kind of style on Rémi here a bit, or you're going to have to win it. Jaroke saying, anyone in chat know how to spell the name of the pro that he gave? I'm pretty sure we get Suji, so it might be helpful. Nice. Yeah, Kevin, if you have any idea of the pro, you can actually probably drop it in the Twitch chat yourself. I think you can write there on the right.
Well, I think I actually said his name wrong. It's I'll write it in the chat.
Yeah, right in the chat. That'd be great. Because I'm sure chat would like to look him up. That'd be cool. I don't follow the kind of like Chinese pro scene super closely, so kind of getting recommendations from other people is the ideal way to go. All right, Alex. Yeah, please continue on with your review.
So I thought Rémi dealt with his group pretty well. So now I decide to do this do or die sequence.
Mm-hmm.
So my group in the center, it's really weak. It might die, but I'm behind so much I have to do this. So Rémi protects his weakness, and like Rémi tried to kill this group.
Right.
I don't even know what I would have done, but thankfully he didn't, and he allowed my group to live.
Yeah. Wow, that would have been quite the kind of switch there if White had countered in trying to kill you. I mean, yeah, that black group is looking super weak. Prince Alina saying, hey, I know that guy, Mi Yu Ting. I'm probably saying the name wrong, but that's the pro there. Nick Sabicki has a couple video going over his game. Nice, perfect, Val Perez. That's good to know. Yeah, and of course Nick Sabicki, everyone knows him hopefully. And if you don't know Nick Sabicki, please remove yourself from the rock you're living under and search his name on Google. Yeah, Google it. Hey, people in chat, if you don't know Nick Sabicki, you should Google it. My classic response. I've heard of him. I've read his name before. Yeah, this position being really scary to be in as black. So you're pretty brave. Honestly, you're playing very bravely here. But like you said, you're behind Alex, right? So you can't be playing kind of the most normal moves. You got to be playing something here to squeeze out a victory.
So these moves are basically saying, I dare you to kill me. So if you can kill me, then I'll just resign. But if you can't, then I'm still gonna have a chance to try to win this game. But I thought Rémi was still ahead here,
Mm-hmm.
which is why he didn't go for the kill. But right now it's getting a lot closer.
More close. Yep.
Yeah. And endgame continues. He makes a Seki.
Yeah, so this is crazy to me because I'm looking at black from if you go back a little bit, I'm thinking, holy cow, how does this guy even live, or vice versa? Like, what are they doing here? Like this move at 06, yeah. So push, yeah, go for a little bit. But yeah, maybe even here, like how does black possibly live? So you found a great sequence here, but white pushes once, then you block, and it feels open and feels big, right? It's like black should live, but at the same time, I would be sweating buckets. So. Yeah, playing pretty bravely here.
Yeah. So, endgame continues. So at this point, Rémi is still winning by about 7 points or so.
Let's go, Rémi! Kick Alex's butt. I mean, sorry, that's not what I was saying. So yeah, okay. So Rémi's potentially ahead. Yeah, you are sweating buckets because you're like, okay, I lived in Seki / he made it into a Seki, reducing all my points there, and you said I need points to win. Chat making puns galore. Thank you very much, chat. I'm glad you guys are having fun while we're having fun too. Okay, so how does this work out for you then? Show us the magic here. Let's see.
So I decide I have to start this ko, and this is a really, really risky ko because say white wins this ko, then my entire this entire black group on top, it's not alive. So
yeah,
huge
that would be crushing. So for Rémi, what happened? Okay, yeah, let's go. Well, actually, maybe who knows? Maybe Rémi won this game, chat. I don't know. I'm not revealing anything. We'll find out.
So both players just fight this ko for a little bit.
Yep.
And so here black makes another ko, and this basically so basically white can't fight the ko on the top anymore, because if white kept playing ko threat, say white played there and then kept taking the ko, black's gonna take this ko, and there's no way for white to actually back off in this corner. So this corner is actually it's
Oh
still
shoot!
For life.
So white has to win that ko in the corner, otherwise huge explosion. And of course, you're over here being like, all right, I got one ko in my hand. It seems super hard to win. I know what I'll do. I'll make another ko. That would not have been where I went, but I love it because obviously it works out for you, right? Because white can't back off. So that means you're going to win the top ko. Is that kind of what happens?
Yeah, so white ended the ko on the left. And actually I thought I still wouldn't have enough if I took the ko on top.
Okay.
So I'm telling Rémi, You can't. This code is already mine. So I'm gonna keep playing the endgame. See what happens in this go. So now Remy decides to make this cut, which makes the ko even bigger. So what can end the ko like this? And
Wow.
now this black group on top, it's
Might
probably
die.
yeah.
Holy cow! Yeah, so your move at K7 there is kind of suicidal. I mean, but in a way, if you just win the ko, right, you might not have enough points to live. So yeah, you're playing kind of very boldly. Yeah, Prince Alina pointing out here that I'm like, oh yeah, good old Alex playing these simple, boring, solid moves, and then we have over moves like K7 absolutely blowing my mind here with the aggression. So that's great. Okay. Yeah, sorry, continue on. This is cool.
So here, this actually isn't a ko threat, so white should just end the ko, and if black captures the right side, then this entire black group on top uh, doesn't have any eyes.
Right. Yeah, because black can take those 30 points on the right. I'm just saying
Right.
30, but who knows what it is. And then white can take the 50, 60 points in the on the left and just be cool. Yeah, sure, if you want it.
Yeah, but Remy, I think Remy still had that I'm winning mentality. So if black somehow managed to
Yeah.
live this group in the upper left,
Yep.
then black would be winning by quite a bit.
Well,
So
that says a
Remy
lot
decided,
about Remy's respect for you, I think, because I wouldn't put it past you to find life. So
so Remy decided not to fight the ko, and then he backed off, and now the game is actually really close. So black actually has this move, and here white can't save these 3 stones because black has this on it, and this would be white would collapse here.
yeah, that does not look good.
So white has to play in the center, and then black can capture these 3 stones, and now the black's group it's now not a seki anymore. So these 3 stones are actually points.
So
And
you
this
didn't just get the 3 points captured; you also got the new 3 points from the Seki previously. Wow, cool.
yeah, so this would probably have been half-point game. But in the game, I missed this move.
No, Alex, no.
So I went for this move,
Okay.
which this move actually doesn't work. So I played some time sujis, and then here Remy made a mistake of pulling back.
Oh,
Here, all Remy has to do is bump and then cut, and then this would be black would be losing on points.
this would be GG. Remy got it. So, yeah, and I feel like so you guys are actually in time pressure too, and so it's a little bit harder to read out some situations. So we can excuse you for maybe missing J7, and similarly, Remy missing his kind of like critical move here. He should have played at G9. Yeah, it's really hard to play under time pressure. What were the time settings? Remind me the time settings for the match.
So 75 minutes of main time, then 5 periods of 1 minute.
1 minute Byoyomi, guys. I mean, I would cut off a toe or two for 1 minute Byoyomi in a big game. That's nice overtime. I like that. But still, I mean, it doesn't mean it's enough to fully read out some of these situations here. I mean, it's a super complex group. And by the way, Miranda, to chat, we're going to ask some more questions. So if you guys have more fun questions for our new pros, start dropping them now, and I'm going to save them for later. So, Trevok, as long as you're not cutting off my toes, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I would sacrifice Travoke's toes to have 1 a minute by Yomi for sure, any day. Yeah, I would easily sacrifice Travoke's toes, so I could have 1 a minute by Yomi. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and continue on, Alex.
So here we're actually both in our last periods of Wyoming.
The last period. How do you spend all your 1 a minute periods? You insane people. That's crazy.
So here White doesn't have any time sujis. So he just has that 1 minute to think. So we're both in our last period. But
Yeah.
Black here has Sente time sujis. And in the game, Remy made this final mistake. So here, White should connect. And this Liberty race would be good for White.
Oh, yeah.
Here, Black would be dead. But in the game, Remy played here, and I cut. And then now all of White's stones are just
Kaboom. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Wow.
here
Okay.
Remy resigned.
Yeah. Very respectful of Remy, kind of seeing the situation as it is, not trying to. I mean, at this point, you guys aren't going to make a mistake to resolve it. And we've seen this happen from a lot of the players. Is obviously people are going to try and cheese out a win if they, are behind in the early game. But at this stage of the game, there's no coming back as White, so he resigned here. And wow, that's a huge kill. Did you feel satiated? Was your bloodthirst, that you clearly were being driven by? No, I'm kidding. Obviously, you kind of had to at this point. Remy makes a mistake. You're behind a little bit on points. You got to put the nail in the coffin.
So in this game, I think Remy backed off a little too many times. So here, Remy just didn't try to kill this group. And then he didn't try to fight this co.
Yep.
He just played very passively.
Yep.
And then, he just gave a little bit too many points.
Yep.
And then in the game, he made a reading error, and that was it.
Right, and reading errors are critical. I mean, that's game ending and time strategies, but those are less interesting to me as a viewer. Your kind of point about him not playing S8 to keep fighting the co if he had just given it up, that's super kind of interesting, exciting. Like the idea of giving that huge switch. So that makes sense. Chat here now obsessed with my obsession with toes and trading them for. So I don't know which tournament director I could possibly pay toes to get more time to, but if you are a tournament director at the Congress willing to do that, let me know. I'm gonna come after your toes. I don't know what's going on here anymore, but chat liking that. Chat having an actual question too here. Burr92D. So I remember you subscribed or you followed earlier. Thanks again, and now joining a question in the chat. The question says, how do you both plan to balance your life as a GoPro with school, college, and career? Just to give you a quick update, they did mention this a little bit, but we can ask some more questions. They're both 14. Kevin about to turn 15 tomorrow, and they, obviously prioritizing school and college and career to some degree because in the West we don't have Go. But I think another way to kind of, rephrase this, I think that could be kind of giving some additional insight would be, in what ways might you continue to integrate Go into your life as you, kind of go through school and aim for a career? I mean, are you guys? I know Kevin, in one of the interviews you mentioned before, you did something stupid. Not stupid, but like you do some stupid amount of like studying. Like, how many hours a day were you studying before?
That was like 6 to 8 hours a day.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. So people, I think, kind of without knowing your playstyle yet, had seen your meteoric rise in rank, and they're like, dude, this guy can't actually be rising that fast in rank. There's no way. It's never been done. And of course, they don't know you have like, 2 pro teachers and that you have, studying 16 hours a day. So the question is, going forward, I mean, what kind of life balance are you going to have? We'll start with Kevin because I harassed him first, and then we'll go to Alex. So Kevin, what's your life plan, balancing
I definitely want to stay involved with the community for Go. So things like broadcasts and I really like things like this where we just like stream, we talk, and it's just pretty fun.
Cool.
So things like reviews and um, for like when I get to like college, like so I know some colleges have like Go teams or Go clubs. I'm not too sure which one, but they definitely some colleges definitely do have them, and I think that if I get into a college that does have something related to that, I think I'll actually like get involved
Tight.
where
That's
that
cool.
goes. And also, I've been studying like programming and
Okay.
app building and things like that, and I feel like I might like actually start a project on like a Go app or like a website or something like that.
I love it. I love it. That's some kind of that's a great insight. I'm glad somebody asked that in chat because um, I think that sounds like super exciting. With the and just shout out to you as well, and to both of you. Alex already came on recently to help me commentate the kind of fun match I've been doing with Buddy Club between the Capital Go monsters, which I just absolutely slapped us down, poor Badu Cows. But so that was nice having him on. And Kevin, you're also invited. So I'll have to reach out to you sometime, and we can do more streaming stuff. That'd be fun. And for college stuff, when you get there, I mean, you guys are both a few years out, but I do a lot of organizing around getting equipment and support to different groups. So people watching too, if you're in college right now, or run a school club or any stuff like that, reach out to me. Devin.Fraze at usgo.org or devin@baduke.club, either one, and I'll definitely hook you guys up and help you out because I think a lot of the the future of Go in the North America is actually pretty bright, both with you guys being here, but also in your efforts, not just when you're in your playing, but also in your organizing. So it's super cool to hear you mentioning an app. Do you have an idea for an app? I mean, in mind, or you just kind of thinking that you're learning these skills, you can kind of apply it while learning?
I figured like since Go isn't that known by people in the Western world, I feel like making an app that would like appeal to their like interests more, I guess. They could just seem more interesting to them for those that don't know
Right.
what Go.
I love that. Yeah, making Go more interesting and attractive is something I've heard from a lot of people about what we need to do, and I think it's a very sharp observation because yeah, if Go's obviously a very beautiful game. You and I and Alex, we all love it. All the viewers here love it. But if we're going to make more people get into it, it has to be something we have to kind of change it a little bit. Maybe don't change everything, but we need to do something to pull in new people. We can't just keep doing what we're doing. So
Mhm.
I love that. Very cool insight, Kevin. Yeah, and Klaka here pointing out the AGF also provides school clubs with equipment. And yeah, to be clear, the kind of support I provide is doubly done by the AGF and many times over. I mean, they're the big providers here. They'll hook your schools up with Hikaru no Go sets of books, which are great for getting your friends into the game. If you're a kid watching, you can kind of get your school library to kind of do something or start a club. AGF is incredible. AGF is and they do it for free basically. So I sell the Go equipment for very affordable prices, but I'm not a nonprofit. So yeah, so that's incredible stuff. And also the uh, Mixed Martial Art Go Federation. Sure, we can do that to Rogue. That sounds fun. There are other organizations out there probably doing similar stuff. Did I just Javier? Did I just hear Kevin's going to be full time on Twitch commentating games for Badu Club? Oh, I don't know. I don't know, Javier. Who knows? Kevin's new profession, commentator. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, developing new commentators too is something I'm super kind of into. Like we gotta make more cool content, right? Like it's I think part of the app, right? We got more people watching fun stuff on Twitch. I kind of want to do something. This is not all right. No promises here, but letting you guys know, I want to run like a creators invitational and get like just a bunch of Twitch streamers that aren't Go players playing for I don't know $5,000 and trying to get like a coach, like have like Kevin get like a team of like Twitch streamers and Alex, and you guys are teaching them, and we're like go out to like either chess people or backgammon people, or who knows what, and like say, hey, listen, we actually don't want you to know any Go. We're going to give you like 4 weeks. We're going to give you a teacher, and you guys are going to show down for some money, and I think that'd be a super fun event. So if you guys are into stuff like that, that might be fun to do together. That's something I've been having the works. UC Davis asking, are they going to go enter any pro tourneys in Asia? I don't know. Kevin, I think you answered this partially before. Actually, sorry, Alex, I totally skipped you. Okay, gotta go back. Alex, tell us about your kind of like go life balance going forward here. You gonna keep up the hardcore study? What's your plan?
I definitely want to stay in the Go community, but I think I'm going to prioritize like school and career
Yeah,
because you can't really make a living out of Go in the West.
yeah, no, totally valid. I mean, but you're not gonna like. I know you're not gonna give it up, but like, what kind of studying do you do right now, or what have you been doing?
So over the past couple of days, been studying maybe 4 or 5 hours a day.
Cool.
So
Yeah, yeah. For these guys, right? That's toned down, but it's still a serious amount of go. And I know you still have some hopes, right? You got an opponent on your to beat list, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Albert Yen, the Albert. Yeah. So definitely, Kevin. Have you played Albert before?
I don't think I've played Albert, but I heard he's really strong.
Yeah. So you guys have to kick Albert's butt. He's not going to give it up willingly, but similarly, he just started med school. Yeah, I think Go players, we're a fascinating bunch, right? We have a balance in our life, and that's actually kind of Go too. You need to find balance, so that's totally respectable. Yeah, Go takes time. So US Go Web or Devin Fraze or whoever, I think Bats did this years ago with a StarCraft streamer. It's a great idea. Oh, cool, Trevor. That's good to know. I'll have to talk to Bats about that if he maybe wants to participate. Here's my main thing too. Alex, Kevin, this is good for you to know. I love collaborating. So if people have ideas and they want to make them happen, come to me. Obviously you can go to, quote unquote, the AGA or, the Badu Club. But I think everything happens at individual level. So my main thing is just whatever name we do it under, it doesn't really matter. I want to collaborate with people and make cool things happen. So, I'm particularly into that stuff. So, Lion Guy Sai saying he likes the idea. Let's see here, 15-minute game of Go followed by 2 minutes of MMA sparring. Shavok his crazy idea of mixing martial arts and fighting, kind of like chess boxing. Very fun. That could be fun too. I don't know. All right, Kevin versus Alex. Boxing match. Who wins? What's chat think? No, Kevin, Alex can't answer that question. But we can always, do you guys see that on YouTube? They did like a creators boxing thing, right? Didn't you guys hear about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about it.
Yeah, that was kind of fun. I don't know. It's fun to see people mix it up. And actually, I just watched Magnus Carlsen play like poker and come in pretty well too. So it's fun to see people mix it up a little bit. Trevor, people should listen to me. Yeah, that's okay, Trevor. It's fine. We're having fun here. So, cool. Well, we've been streaming for about 2 hours. Let's wrap it up. Chad, this is your last chance if you want to throw some ideas in. Kevin, Alex, I'll give the floor to you as well. Do you have any final things you want to say? Overall.
I want to say thank you, Devin, for having us. It was a pleasure to review our games and just overall have a great time with the viewers.
Totally.
And yeah,
Definitely had a lot of fun.
Yeah, you guys had good chemistry with the viewers. I mean, honestly, sometimes the chat can get a little bit quiet on streams. I know that, and then not only did you guys kind of give interesting reviews, you kept them talking because they're jumping in. They got a lot of thanks in the chat, Lundman and Battle Press, and thanks. People super grateful. I think we had a good kind of turnout too, people watching. So I'm really grateful to you guys for coming on and making this great content with me and with the eJournal. The AGA and North America pros. I mean, we're all super excited to have kind of new pros. People have been asking, and they're gonna ask because of course not everyone's gonna watch this, and then they're gonna go, when are the new pros coming? And it's like, come on, guys, listen, we got 2 new pros. We're happy. Beggars can't be choosers. Let's just be happy with what we have. Kevin and Alex are awesome, so we can all kind of watch the pro scene develop. We need for people that are watching, if you're a young kid, Kevin, I think you mentioned in another interview. One of your hopes is to inspire other kids to see what's possible. And here we have 2 prodigies among us rising to the top. So if you're a kid right now or an adult, I mean, shoot for the stars. You can definitely become a pro. It's possible for people any age. It's just putting in time and effort. And then also, follow. I think people should follow your lead too, to find a good balance. So I think you guys are great representatives of Go in North America, and I'm really grateful. And Tarok says, look forward to seeing you destroy the European pros. Tarok shifting, kind of being a little controversial here. Obviously, we're going to root for North America, but we love our European friends, and especially the hard work they put into doing for the Pro League there, the Transatlantic Pro League. But Alex, you'll have to. Alex, do you have an invite? Do you know if you're going to compete in the Pro League?
I think I will.
Heck yeah, sweet. Yeah. So I mean, I think it'll be fun to play them some more. It's kind of, great content for Twitch, and I think that's good representation for the community. I appreciate it. Cool. All right, we'll wrap it up here, and actually, let's go see if we can raid somebody. I almost do this every time. I'm like, let me just end the stream, and then people get not sad, but it's more fun to raid. Ben Kios live. That's exciting. Danny the Skunk, Amber Arcata. Benkyo's a classic, but he always gets a lot of people. So let's see here. I really like the vibe coming from this Amber Arcata. They got a cool background, so let's go raid them. Actually, hold on. These are VTubers. Do I want to raid a VTuber? No, actually, I don't. I don't have anything against VTubers per se, but I love when people show their face and build a community. So actually, let's go raid. Javier saying raid Google. Okay, Javier. Yeah. I love Google. I know it. It's true. I'm a big Google fanboy. But we can't. Actually, I'm not going to check. I'm not going to check if Google has a stream. They probably don't, but I would. Let's raid Benkyo because he's a super hardworking streamer, so we'll support him. We'll wrap it up here. Thanks, guys, and hopefully see you around soon. And glad I could do this with you.
Thank you, Devin.
Yeah. Thank you, Devin.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
All right, sweet. We officially rated, and you're off. And see you later. Take care, Alex.